gosh darn thing, they glazed over. So I'm just going to assume whoever is first is who I think is first. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually just going to look. Great. It hasn't changed. Good news. Guys, our first performer of the evening, he is a regular performer in our improv troupe. If you guys like improv comedy, or comedy in general, want to come back, we have improv shows here every Friday and Saturday at 9 o'clock, where you can see this man. Please put your hands together for Nick Brandel.
So I was at work today. I work at a high school. I work at a public high school. I teach at a public high school.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to ask you for any money or a referendum or anything. There's a donation jar out there if you want to do that. In between classes, I was walking, and there was 3 girls walking, and they were texting, and they were going at a pretty good clip, and there was no one else in the hallway. And the one that was the farthest to the left, at a pretty good pace, just walked right into, like that area right there, just walked into a bubbler at full speed and just hit the floor. And I gotta tell you, for someone my age, there was no better feeling I could have than seeing a millennial just bust their ass into something while texting. Because yeah, exactly. Because that's all they fucking do. I'm not saying they're our future. They're awful fucking people. But they are our future. And there was just that little bit of me inside that just, the Grinch's heart just grew 3 sizes. Because it was the combination of the sound it made hitting the bubbler, the look on her face, and then the sound she made hitting the floor. I didn't help her or anything, I just kept going. I also read today that there's a UFC fight that is now back on in Buffalo, New York, because a doctor decided that the breast implants of one of the fighters were not going to be in danger of rupturing during the fight. I don't know if there's a joke there as much there is a reflection of our society that $1 million event where 2 women are getting paid to beat the fuck out of each other is now back on, even though one of the women in the fight decided to augment her tits. I mean, my grandfather would be rolling over in his grave at this point. He'd watch the fight. Probably mainly for the augmented tits. Speaking of that, during the Super Bowl, anyone see the Budweiser ad that was controversial? It was supposed to be about immigrants, and it was Augustus Bush coming over from Germany and the trials and tribulations he had getting over here, and then he invented Budweiser, and oh, immigrants are great. And then 3 days later, Dale Earnhardt Jr. posted on Twitter that, hey, we're all immigrants, my parents were immigrants. And then a few days later, Walmart was thinking about putting same-sex couples in their weekly ads. I'm not trying to get political with this joke, I'm just trying to say it must be an awfully confusing time to be from North Carolina. Because the 3 pillars of your life, of Budweiser, NASCAR, and Walmart, are now working against everything you have ever lived for in your life. So what the hell am I supposed to do now? Fuck if I'm going to Target, fucking shit. I decided to quit drinking for the month of April. Yes, I'm giving, and again, the big gasp is because I said I'm a public high school teacher. We drink on the job. There are many things that look like water. Think about that one. So it was the other day where I don't remember, I'm just going to say I don't remember the day. But at 4 o'clock in the morning on the night I had to work the next day, my alarm went off. Usually I'm up at 5:30, so this was a little bit ahead of time. And luckily, drunk Nick was very smart and you can put a name on your alarm. Like you look at it and it says something. Mine said, your car is at Barley and Hops, you have to be at school early. So I'm glad I was responsible that I had to get up and walk from my house to Barley and Hops to get my car and then come back. And I did find I can't say if it was mine or not, but I did find some vomit on the way there. So it was probably the same route that I took back, but I might have thrown up on there. Does anyone have a pet? I want to get a pet, but I don't have. Well, I'm not going to get a cat. Fuck cats. But I want to get a dog, but I don't have a fence in my backyard because I'm worried that if I go and like let the dog out, then I'm going to run across the street to the bar that's across the street there. So I need the fence to keep myself in. But people that anyone's pets or family? Anyone on that boat?
What's a family?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm going to call bullshit on that because I see a lot more missing dog posters hanging on telephone poles than I see missing kid posters. And I'm not saying there aren't missing kids out there. I'm just saying that if the pet is family and there's a fucking Doberman running around the town, you're a shitty fucking parent. Lastly, I always wrap up my set with the 3 worst people in the world at this very moment. The 3rd worst people in the world are going to be people that take selfies in the movie theater. I don't know if you have ever been in a movie theater, it's dark, you're trying to watch a movie, the selfie goes on, and I get a disorderly conduct ticket for taking your phone and throwing it across the room. That's bad. Secondly, regretful Trump voters. I hate, because that's all you see right now are people like, I had no idea he was, yes we did, we had 30 fucking years of ideas of what he was gonna do, okay? Shut the fuck up. And lastly, people who park on the lines. I teach geometry, so I'm all about order and lines and that kind of stuff. There are lines there for a fucking reason, and you go in there, and then and it takes up 2 spaces, and it's usually someone with one of those big ass fucking trucks too. You drive one of those trucks as well? Well, and like I said, it's a very confusing time to be from North Carolina. All right, my name is Nick, and it's my time.
Old Magic Brando, everybody! I will piggyback on the